Mm-hmm. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for some football? Because I sure am. I'm Cobra, and I am joined once again by my wonderful crew, Kat, Alex, and Keith. Say hi, everyone.
Hi.
Ah, well, week 9 has officially wrapped up, and of course, we know what that means. The trade deadline has happened. If you're wondering why Keith is not being projected, his camera isn't working. Unfortunately, technical difficulties. Oh, welcome to Hard Count. So we're gonna go over the trade. We're gonna go over the trade deadline because it was huge. If you are anyone except the Jets, because I swear, if you were born a Jets fan, I swear your parents need to be tried for child abuse. Uh,
You were handed down the wrong sport,
yeah.
or at
Yep.
least the wrong team.
Jets suck, Yankees suck, Knicks suck. All right. So,
Hey, now, Denver was pretty good this past week.
we'll get to that in a minute. But,
And the Bills, I mean,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Buffalo is fantastic against Kermit. But I want to go over one of the at least one of the big a few of the biggest trades in the NFL. Primarily the biggest one that really dropped the bombshell on the trade deadline and really started the Jets. If the Jets weren't revving up the tanks, they definitely were now, because they traded one of their best players, cornerback Sauce Gardner, traded to the Indianapolis Colts for Adonai Mitchell and 2 first-round picks, one for this upcoming draft and the 2027 draft. I'm going to start with Alex. What's your opinion on this trade? Like, this is a blockbuster, but how big will it affect the Colts?
It's a big blockbuster for sure. I was not expecting to wake up trade deadline to expect Sauce Gardner and Quentin Williams to be departing from the 1-7 New York Jets. Obviously, the Jets season is in the tank. It's in the trash can, in the toilet bowl, and they needed to sell the deadline. They needed to sell. They needed to sell quick, and they sold big. Gained 3 first-round picks with the Quentin Williams trade to Dallas and the Sauce Gardner trade to Indianapolis. The Colts needed secondary help. They were struggling against the Steelers. They've been struggling against a lot of teams in the secondary to stop deep balls and stop them getting past the end zone. So it feels like Sauce Gardner is a great option for the Colts. I think the Colts are buying into a playoff push. They are obviously leading the AFC South right now. The Texans are not that far behind, but without CJ Stroud, the Texans are kind of in a little wishy-washy area with Jacksonville playing well enough, but Jacksonville could do Jacksonville things and sell the division like they did multiple times. But I think this is a great option for the Colts. I think the Jets can use these first-round picks to build off of and build around Justin Fields, or hopefully try to. And I think the Colts are in a great spot. Obviously, though, the Jim Irsay's daughter is doing great things so far on the sideline and in the office, making this trade happen. Basically telling the Colts that if we don't buy, our playoff chances of a Super Bowl are not going to be very well. We don't have a good secondary.
Right. Kat, same question.
Um, repeat the question for me one more time.
So the Colts acquire Sauce Gardner from the plane crash known as the New York Jets, for Adonai Mitchell and 2 firsts. Your opinion? How big was this trade for the Colts?
I guess I kind of agree with what Alex is saying. But at the same time, like, I feel like the Colts are trying to become. I don't even know who to compare them to.
They're trying to be contenders.
They are, and I think I'm so used to them not trying that I was a little shocked that they actually like put thought into this. That sounds ridiculous to say, but um I don't know.
Well,
I haven't seen them like putting thought into this kind of stuff. And now they seem to be.
well, see what happens when their owner isn't someone obsessed with electric guitars and nose candy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
All right,
That is
Keith, same
incredibly fair.
question.
For the Colts, it's a good thing put forward, but for the Jets, what were they thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially
What
considering.
direction were they
You
trying to
might
go?
as well get a white flag and put it up for the Jets.
They were trying to be the first to the last.
Well, I mean, the Jets pretty much are signaling to the NFL world that, yeah, stick a fork in us. We're done. We're tanking for the first overall pick. So take everything. It's a fire sale. Let's go. Especially when they traded Quentin Williams to the Dallas Cowboys.
Haven't we all watched our team do that though? We've all watched our team like, never mind, we're just kidding. This season's done.
Yeah, I mean, Buffalo literally once upon a time had Marshawn Lynch, Dante Whitner, and of course Antoine Winfield at one point.
Yeah.
I was sitting there thinking about it when they got rid of White from the Eagles. I'm like, what were they thinking? The best defensive guy in the world.
Yeah. Let me pull up that Eagles trade too. Oh yeah. Speaking of the Eagles, Keith, the Eagles decided to do business with the Miami Dolphins. Philadelphia acquired Jalen Phillips. Excuse me, almost said Jordan Phillips. A linebacker edge from Miami for a third round pick. I'm going to start with you because this is your team.
Well, actually, that was definitely a position they needed real bad.
Considering you were the one who actually clamoring for the fact that they needed defensive linemen last week.
Yeah, I said that, and it was coming right around. They need people on the ends to get around to those quarterbacks to shut the quarterback down. And they have been saying that, have been doing it lately.
Yeah. All right, Alex, I'm coming right up to you because the Eagles are a division rival. Obvious statement is obvious. How difficult does this make the Eagles for the Commanders?
Obviously, the Eagles are not a good competition for the Commanders this year. We played them at the end of the year, and the returning of Brandon Graham from retirement, acquiring Joe Phillips from the Dolphins, definitely was a big blow because our offensive line is not that effective as of late, and Mariota is not a mobile quarterback anymore like he was with Tennessee. So I'm expecting us to have a torture fest with that defense come the first time we play them. But on the flip side of things, the Eagles needed this. The Eagles have been struggling to get the quarterbacks. They've been struggling to get in the backfield. They have lost games because they can't get the quarterback. They lost to the Giants. They couldn't get the Dart. They lost to the Broncos. They couldn't get the Bo Nix. They have struggled to get to the quarterback. And Brandon Graham coming back and Jerry Phillips coming back is a great thing for them. And obviously the Dolphins, they're 2-8, 3-7 right now. Their season is done. Mike McDaniel needs to be fired and banished from ever coaching ever again for any NFL team. because he's complete buns. But, this is just how football is. Division rivals do it. I watched Saquon go to the Giants, to the Philadelphia Eagles, and run all over us last year, and he's going to do it again this year. And I've accepted my fate. The Commander season is over. Whether or not we can fix anything, it's just how it is.
Just also want to add, the Eagles were also involved in a trade with the Jets as well, because they got Michael Carter II for John Mechie, and basically swapping round picks. Basically, the Jets move up in the draft in the 2027 draft to get a 6th round pick, and the Eagles get a 7th in the 2027 draft. Just wanted to add that as well. Kat, the question I asked Alex is, how dangerous does this trade make the Eagles?
I feel like the Eagles were already on a pretty good trajectory, and I feel like they're just kind of micro tweaking at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the guy they got, but the Eagles seem to know where their weak spots are, and they have been fairly successful in the last couple of years, if I remember, at like I don't know what to call it. Tweaking as they go.
Yeah, making adjustments. Because Keith will attest to this. The Eagles' offense has been sound, but the defense has been kind of lacking. So making the adjustments making the adjustments at the trade deadline was necessary. Getting secondary help and edge rushing definitely helps. All right, one final trade before we get to our next subject. And this has to do with you, Kat. The Ravens acquired Aloy Gilman for a DFOA from the Chargers for a future 7th, and the Ravens got a 5th round pick in this year's draft. Since this is your team, I'm starting with you. How important is this trade? Do you think this is a good pick or a good pickup in the trade deadline, or do you think this changes nothing?
I think it's going to give us a little bit more oomph on the other side of the ball.
Yeah.
We have also seemed to have a few issues getting to the quarterback. We have also seemed to have a few issues in, well, I guess both offensively and defensively in our secondary. And either guys are getting past us who shouldn't, or we're not getting past the guys we should be.
I noticed.
I
can I add this? I noticed. I noticed in that Bills game, in the Bills Ravens game first week, that the reason why it was so high scoring against the Ravens, especially that comeback drive, was the Ravens were playing too soft in the secondary, allowing Buffalo's receivers to get open. So getting secondary help was necessary.
It was almost like our secondary didn't know who they were supposed to be covering. Like it was that bad.
Yeah, that or their skills
failed assignments.
Failed assignments that basically made them turn from pros into plumbers and Make-A-Wish kids.
It was embarrassing. That's what that was.
All right, Keith. How important was this trade for the Ravens?
The Ravens needed someone in their secondary on their defensive side. And what Kat was saying was right on cue. They were missing assignments. If they weren't doing their assignments back there, and they looked like a bunch of school kids playing football.
Yeah. Sorry about your dog.
We got a dog. We got a
Yep,
dog.
it's Keith, doggo. Alex.
I'm definitely on Cat's side with this. The Ravens secondary has struggled a lot this season, and they've struggled a lot. I know I've noticed during the Bears game, they were giving up a lot of really deep passes and middle of the field passes for the first down against Caleb Williams. And the only reason the Ravens won that game was the defense. Some of the secondary actually stepped up, but some of it didn't step up. And they weren't getting to Caleb Williams as much as I thought they were. And the Cobras point earlier about the Bills game, they were playing way off the ball, too far off the ball. They couldn't get back to it in time to make a play on anything. So they were getting 5, 10, 15 yards every time. And it made the Bills play like, oh, yeah, we can throw 10 yards. They won't do anything because they are playing 5 yards off my receiver. So, and I do think Odefe Owea is a really good acquisition by the Chargers. The Chargers need pass rush. They have struggled with the pass rushing. We saw against Pittsburgh when they barely won that game. They were not getting Aaron Rodgers. They were struggling to get Aaron Rodgers in that game. And I think Odefe Owea is a good pick for them to get to the quarterback. And the picks, they're just picks. The Ravens could pick up a stud and a future star. We've seen it before. Obviously, Tom Brady and others. So hopefully it's good for the Ravens with that late round pick, and hopefully the Chargers can take advantage of it.
Yeah, they definitely need to get around the end.
Well, we gotta move on from the trade deadline because unfortunately I got to deliver a little bit of somber news that happened this week. I can't remember if it was before or after the trade deadline. Alex probably remembers because he was one of the ones who posted this in our Facebook group.
I think it was before.
Yeah, Dallas, and probably one of the reasons Dallas got an edge. Because Dallas Cowboys defensive end Marshawn Nealand unfortunately committed suicide after the game he had in Arizona. He was 24 years old. It's an unfortunate, sad day for football. Dude's just a kid, you know. I don't know what happened. It's just kind of irrelevant, unfortunately. But we here at Handed Down Sports Media just want to remind everyone that if you have any thoughts of suicide, please get yourself some help, man. Man, woman,
Even before that.
Yes. If you or loved one knows anyone who is having those type of thoughts, there there's a hotline out there, and just know that you're not alone. All right, you're not alone. You can get through this. Just wanted to say that message. So we got to move on from that. We have football, and we got before we get to our bold predictions, we got to talk about the Thursday night game because what the blue hell was this? Thursday night football's back, everyone. Bad games abound. The Denver Broncos defeated the Las Vegas Raiders 10-7 in an ugly football match that wasn't even the Monsoon Bowl, if you remember that, but it pretty much reminds me of that when it comes to scoring. Nothing but turnovers, nothing but sloppy play on the field. Kat, Alex, Keith, I'm going to start with you, Kat. What was this game?
Sorry. I actually did not watch the Thursday night game. I don't remember what I was doing Thursday, actually. It's been one of those weeks, guys.
Yeah.
But what did you say the score was? 10-7?
Correct.
What? Oh my gosh. Okay, now I'm gonna have to try and find it and see if I can watch a replay.
All right. I'll let you do. I'll let you do
You
that
can go on to
first.
Alex.
Yeah, Alex. Alex,
Yeah.
to you, man.
I watched this game. Unfortunately, I watched most of it. I don't understand.
Unfortunately.
I don't get the Denver Broncos right now. I don't. How do you come back against the Giants and beat them in a fourth quarter comeback, dropping 33 points? You come back and beat the Eagles, but then lackluster beat these bad teams you should be beating the brakes off of by 40 plus points because the Raiders suck. Gino sucks. Everything about that Raiders team is trash except for Ashton Genty. And you walk into Vegas being like, oh, we cannot play football for half the game and still win. No, go in there, drop 30, and win like you're supposed to. To be a college football team that's playing a trash team and beat the brakes off of them. Don't be lackluster and be like there's nothing wrong with this game because Denver needs to fix this or their playoffs are going to be them like last year getting bounced immediately because they can't win a close game because they're going to lackluster the whole game to the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I add something to that, Alex?
Go ahead, Kat.
Go for it.
I feel like when you've got a team coming up that everybody thinks to themselves, "Oh, we're gonna beat these guys. This is gonna be fine. We're gonna win." Um, it seems like the Broncos are putting in just enough effort to pull off the win. They're not going 100% all through the game. Now that could be a strategy.
It's Pittsburgh Steelers syndrome.
I mean, there is that.
They're looking past and looking for the next week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Right.
All right. All right. I think. Are we done talking about Thursday Night Football?
Yes, please.
I can't even wrap my head around
A 10-7 victory in this day and age.
10-7. Man.
Woof.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Woof. So we are. Let's get ready for our bold predictions, guys. Quick disclaimer once again to all listeners and new listeners, if you listeners and watchers. We here at Handed Down Sports Media are not experts. Do not take our picks seriously. Please gamble responsibly if you decide to take these picks. We are not responsible. That's all we got to say. All right. The order will be as decided by the Lucky Wheel. Kat, Alex, Keith, and myself, which, by the way, just want to give a quick disclaimer on who won last week, because all of us were 75%, so it all had to be decided by the wheel. I finished first. Keith, you got second. So that's what happened last week. So, all right. Kat?
Hey, 75% ain't bad.
No, 3 out of 4. All right, Kat. First game. Ready. You've got the New York Giants against the Chicago Bears. The Bears.
Oh, God.
Favored by 4. Bears favored by 4.5. Who have you got?
I'm gonna say yes and yes.
All right.
The Bears, and they cover the spread.
All right. A reminder: we do have objection points. One objection per week. All right. So, no objections?
No, I'm not stupid enough to use mine.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. All right, Alex.
Yes, sir.
Jacksonville at Houston. Jacksonville is favored by 1.5.
That's a tough choice. I know Davis Mills is starting for the Texans because CJ Stroud is concussed. So Jacksonville could win this game by more than half a point. So I'm going to take Jacksonville is going to win by more than the spread.
All right. Keith,
Let's hit it.
you have the New Orleans Saints at the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers are favored by 5.5. Oh, yep.
Yes, and yes.
All right.
Panthers, and they're going to cover it by double.
Perfect. All right. All right. And I have the New England Patriots at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And you know what? I am going to say it is going to be, I think it's going to be an upset, New England over Tampa Bay.
Mm.
If you
All
said
right.
it the opposite way, I was going to object.
Anyone going to object? No objections?
Wait, what's the spread? What's the spread?
2.5 to Tampa.
Oh. And you said New England.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to object and say Tampa Bay is going to take it.
All right. All right. Kat is taking that action. All right. Speaking of Kat.
Yes.
You have the Baltimore Ravens facing off against Aaron Rodgers' future home, the Minnesota Vikings. The Ravens are favored by 4.5.
You have to let that go.
It's
you are going to
destiny.
have to let that go.
It's destiny.
You're the only one who thinks that. I'm going to go with Baltimore. We've got Lamar back. We've got a couple of new guys. And I just feel like we're tired of losing.
All right.
So I'm going to go with Baltimore.
You couldn't to win it this time.
Any objections? No objections. Okay. Alex.
Yes.
Arizona Cardinals at the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks are favored by 6.5.
I'm going with Seattle's going to win, but I do not think they're going to cover. Brissett showed what he could against the Cowboys. The game wasn't close, but this is a rivalry game in a division that's winnable for the Rams, Seahawks, and the Arizona Cardinals. I think the Cardinals can keep it close. Seahawks win, but do not cover the 6.5.
I have to object. I am taking Seattle and the points, primarily because Jacoby Brissett is not consistent when he's at quarterback. Cowboys defense is full of plumbers and Make-A-Wish kids and Kyer Elam, who fucking sucks. Glad you had that piece of garbage, So that's all I got to say. So yeah, I'm taking Seattle covering the spread.
I really feel.
All right, Keith. All right, Keith, you ready?
What you got for me?
I have the Atlanta Falcons facing off against the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are favored by 6.5.
I'm going to take the Colts. Yes and yes.
All right. I think that's the easiest non-objection ever. And I have...
Isn't that the one in Berlin?
I think so.
Yes.
All right. And I have the Cleveland Browns facing off against the New York Jets. And guess what it is? Tank Bowl.
Yeah.
Yep, it's a Tank Bowl. Cleveland is
We'll
favored
be
by.
lucky if they each get 3 points.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm taking Cleveland and the spread on this one. It's too easy. It's too easy. Even if Cleveland play, even if Cleveland decides, you know what, we're going to play Shadur Sanders in this game, they would still beat the Jets because the Jets have pretty much sold everything they had for parts.
Hey, maybe Sanders would do really, really well. You don't know.
He could. That's what I'm saying. He could do really, really well.
He
I'm just,
could. He
yeah, he
could.
could. I mean,
Boost his
Cleveland,
ego a little bit.
you can't lose. You're facing off against the Jets.
So does the Bengals fans.
I mean, you could. You could. If everyone, if everyone like falls on their face, they could lose.
Right. All right.
I'm just saying.
Kat, you have the Detroit Lions facing off against the Washington Commanders. Detroit's favored by 7.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that. Sorry, Alex.
Yeah, I'm looking for the draft. Bring me the April. I'm done with the season. Bring me the April.
All right. That's definitely. I'm guessing no objections
I
on that one.
don't.
Our team's cans without Jaden
Sorry,
Daniels.
Alex.
Everything's
All right.
cans.
Okay. All right, Alex.
Yes.
I am giving you the Rams against the 49ers. The Rams are 4.5 points above the 49ers.
Oh, jeez. Another NFC West game, the battle of the, I think, top teams in the division currently.
I think so.
I'm going
Mhm.
with the upset. Give me the Niners to win by the 4.5 points.
Keith, do you have an objection to this?
No.
No? Okay, interesting. I actually figured you would object because the Rams are favored by 4.5.
Mac Jones, baby. Mac Jones.
Sometimes when I do object, it's like this one here sounds like Alex was on point.
Interesting. All right, Keith. You have the Buffalo Bills facing off against the Miami Dolphins. The Bills are favored by 8.5 points. It's the biggest spread of the week.
I'm definitely taking the Bills because they were looking like a Super Bowl team last week.
Wow, that is bold of you to say, Keith. Alex, are you going to object to this?
I really want to, but the Dolphins are canned, and so is Tua, so
Okay.
not going to be able to do
sense.
that.
I mean, Miami was also selling some stuff for parts as well. I mean, yeah, Miami is looking like cheeks. All I got to say. Yep. And you know what? You know what that means?
Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football with the world champion Pittsburgh Steelers
Yeah.
facing off against the Los Angeles Thunderstrikes. Why are the Chargers favored by the Chargers are favored by 2.5? Shut up, Redbird! The Chargers are favored by 2.5.
You can't make me.
I am going with the Steelers to upset the Chargers because Steelers gone to Super Bowl. You know this to be true. We're going to get rid of Aaron Rodgers somehow. We didn't trade him at the deadline, but we are going to Super Bowl.
Yinzer, you don't sound like you've had enough beer today. Go back and have your beer.
I'm working on one. I'm
going to object. I'm going to object.
Why are you making
Thank
an
you,
enemy
Alex.
of America?
I'm objecting for the sole
Get out of here,
purpose.
Yinzer. Get out!
Yeah,
All right.
I'm injecting Yinzer's claim that the Steelers are going to win this game. I don't trust Aaron Rodgers in this game. I get he's been playing well recently. The Chargers have a great defense. Justin Herbert, Lamar McConkey, and the offense the Chargers have been crushing recently. I do not trust the Steelers in this game. Give me the Chargers to cover the 2.5-point spread and win on Sunday Night Football.
All right. All the games have been charged in. We're now back to original rules. Monday Night Football. Everyone gets a shot as it is the Philadelphia Eagles heading into the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. The Packers are favored by 1.5. Starting with Kat, Alex, Keith, and myself. Kat, give me that bold. Who you got?
Who they playing again?
The Eagles are playing the Packers. Kat, your mic's muted.
All right. I'm going to go with the Eagles
All right.
with the upset.
All right, Alex.
I don't understand. I get Green Bay's in Lambeau and they're favored in this game, but I'm also unfortunately going to have to pick the Eagles as well.
Keith.
Well, you all ought to know my pick on this one. I'm an Eagle fan and always will be an Eagle fan.
And you know what? I got to go along with the pack on this one. I'm going with the Eagles. Yep, yeah. I am picking the Eagles. All of us are going with an upset here. All right. So that is it for the hard count. Court. Go ahead.
Can I point something out real quick?
Go ahead.
There's no team that is undefeated, and all of the teams have at least 2 losses.
Yeah.
That is something that I don't think I remember seeing in a couple of years now.
Yeah. All right. Once again, this episode of the Hard Count was brought to you by our friends at Duke Cannon Supply Company. You guys hear that? It is sounding like Mariah Carey is starting to unthaw. That means it is Merry Sniffmas, everyone. Duke Cannon has their holiday collections all out for you to enjoy for the man in your life. You know, get him a pack of Jingle Boos, which has all the liquor and beer scented soaps all in one bundle. They also have a men's grooming bundle with beard oil, beard soap, all that good stuff. And they have body washes. They have cologne. They have cologne pucks. They have spray cologne. They have everything your man can want to keep themselves clean and ready for the holidays. So they make a great gift for the man in your life. So use our affiliate link in the bio. Go to DukeCannon.com with the link below. Show the channel some love. Not only will you be showing the channel some love, but you'll be showing the veterans some love as well, because proceeds from Duke Cannon support veterans. After all, Veterans Day is upon us on the 11th of November, so remember that. Because we will never forget our veterans, just like Duke Cannon never forgets the veterans. Duke Cannon Supply Company. Thank you guys. Anywho, like I said, it for a hard count. Want to thank our other podcasts. The Dirt and Turf podcast had its final episode last night of the season, so we will see that in February for season 3. We had likewise the Lap Down also on hiatus for season 3 in February. More details to come about that, but we are excited to see the Lap Down come back. Also, Biscuits and Penalties. Alex and I host the hockey podcast. Although last night I was not a part of that podcast until later. So that was on me. I cannot reveal why. Also, Passing the Pigskin, our college football podcast. We will get another episode underway. I think Billy was hosting last night on his channel. Also, we have the Social Slam podcast next Sunday. That's always exciting to talk pro wrestling with you, Alex. Am I forgetting something? I think I covered all. And the recap show. And the recap show every Wednesday, where I break down all the games, all the scores that happened in the NFL. So,
and the handed down bench as well.
And of course, the handed down bench, where we basically just hang out, chill, and talk about things that are not sports related. So, like I said, I'm Cobra. On behalf of Kat, Alex, and Keith, we'll see you on the field. Said hut!